Hello there people, Snowcrash here, back on the Hypermine server, and I'm in the nether because on the last episode we had started to construct a Wither Skeleton Farm. Well, I'm back over here. I've managed to get a whole lot of materials which I need. I probably don't have enough, but right now what I'm doing is trying to make this place a little safer, and that's half slabbing over on the other side of this nether bridge thing to stop this problem. It's unrelenting because there's virtually no places these guys can spawn. They're just anywhere there's a space, these guys are spawning. So I am going to continue on with this half slabbing exercise, and once we've got that done, I'm going to get back over there and start putting some of the structure of this Wither skeleton skull farm thing together. So I'll keep going here and I'll be back soon. This is just ridiculous. Okay, back, and what we're going to be doing now is creating the top part of the farm where the mobs spawn and are collected. It's a V-shape rail system, and it was, I originally saw it, I don't know, it's going back more than a year. So I'll put a link in the description and possibly on the screen as to where the original idea came from, because I know there's going to be a million people, writing comments about, copying this and copying that and all that sort of stuff. So the bottom line is I saw it somewhere. I'll put a link in there, and it is pretty good. I used it in my Blaze Farm design, and it's going to work pretty well here. So right now, what we're doing is just creating this sort of V shape. We're going to do it from both sides. Okay, guys, well, I'm back, and as you can see, we've got this V-shape iron sort of V trench here, and we need to extend that out to each end of this iron line. And it actually alternates. Now, in the official tutorial, which will be coming out for this, each of these Vs are separated by an air gap. But to do this in survival, that's just, you can do it, but it's going to make it a lot harder. So for this particular exercise, I'm just going to simply fill these in with glass blocks, and then you put your iron on like that, and that will do the job. Now, later on, we will be able to, smash this glass out. I don't think it's going to have any effect on efficiency. What it does do is that if there's glass on here and a mob spawns on one of these spawn pads and wanders over onto the glass, he may not get picked up and dumped back until he starts to move again. So that's why having an air gap here could be, in theory, advantageous. So I'm going to get on with this, get the V shape in place, and come back to it and then show you guys what I'm going to do next. All right, well, as you can see, I've got this first part of the V shape in, and now I'm going to work on the second layer of Vs that run across here. While I do that, I'm going to have a little bit of a chat to you guys, because there's been a few things going on. What's been going on? Well, let's have a think about it. So the first thing is, as you've probably seen, the Hypermine server is accepting applications. Now, I've had a heap of questions. So the first thing is, Snowcrash is not a judge. I am not adjudicating any of the entries. In fact, none of the submissions I'll probably see. I may ask to see them after the person's come on board, but the simple fact is that we have 3 administrators that will be looking through those submissions and making a decision. I'm not making the decision. So don't ask me, don't tell me how good you are, because it's going to make no difference at all. So what is going to make a difference is that you get on and make an awesome submission and lodge it, and then it'll all be cool. So I also get a bunch of questions about things like I'm not old enough now, or I don't do YouTube, or I've got bad internet, or I can't do YouTube, and all that's cool. Sorry to hear that you can't do those things, but these applications do have specific criteria, and there's very good reason why. There are millions and millions of Minecraft players out there, and there's only one Hypermine. And we want good players, and so we have to set the bar at a particular level. It's as simple as that. Now, that doesn't mean that there won't be opportunities in the future. So if you're unable to make a submission now, don't stress about it. Opportunities like these come up every now and then, and just wait until then. All right, so I'm just making sure I'm doing this right while I'm sort of trying to concentrate here and talk at the same time, which isn't usually a problem. So, okay, the next thing was, did everyone notice that late on Wednesday and on Thursday, Minecraft didn't work? It's as simple as that. Their servers, which handle the passwords, the logins, were being, I believe, maliciously attacked. And it basically meant that most of, at least PC Minecraft, I think, was down. And that's not good. That's also a reason why this video is a little bit late, because I wasn't able to get on and do things. Single player, I think, was also affected a little bit because you weren't able to log in. And you'd think in this day and age that they would have the appropriate infrastructure to be able to handle, or at least respond to, DDoS attacks and things like that to, redistribute their servers and all that sort of thing. But I tell you what, it's pretty disappointing that Mojang wasn't able, we're talking 12 hours or, something like that. And that's just too long. It's too long for Minecraft addicts to wait to get back on and do their Minecrafty thing. So hopefully it's not going to happen again, and it's a little bit of a wake-up call that they need to strengthen their infrastructure so that they can handle problems like this in the future in an appropriate and managed way. All right, so what other exciting things have been happening? One of them is not to put an iron block where there's supposed to be a glass block. So we'll just keep going here. The Snowcrash channel. That's right. This channel, my channel, a couple of huge milestones, at least to me, some massive milestones. We hit 12,000 subscribers, and here's the big one, 1 million views on the channel. And that's just a number that's just so phenomenal. And look, let's be honest about it. I could not have done it without you guys. You're awesome. You tune in here, you watch the tutorials, you watch the Let's Play, and to get to the fact that I've 1 million times my videos have been viewed is just a huge milestone for me, and I'm so proud of it, and I just want to thank you guys. It's awesome. It also seems like you had a lot of fun with the last video. I'm doing things, just a little bit differently, just putting a little bit of variety into the videos, and also going to be getting back onto tutorials. And as I said, this particular farm, I will go into a lot more detail with a tutorial that will probably be out next week, I think. I'm really going to try to aim for it. But I also don't want to, I don't want to put something out too early before I've even, put it here in the survival world. But we'll see how we go. I should be able to get this also finished. So probably a tutorial and a Let's Play next week, and it'll all be awesome. Now, have I done this wrong? Let me just look. So we've got iron. That's good. And what we're going to do here is just finish off this. Now, as you can see, that's pretty much the spawning area. So the idea is that all the mobs spawn on one of those iron blocks. There'll be mine carts. They'll collect them, spit them out in the middle. They'll fall down, and then we'll do some little magic down the bottom, and hopefully an AFK Wither Skeleton Skull Farm is going to be happening. So I'm just going to get some more things organised here, back in a moment. Okay, next we're going to put in the, I was just thinking I might as well do this while we're going along rather than come back up here, is putting down the powered rails. One item that I need to get in the right space is the activator rail. I also need to be conservative with my powered rails. Now normally in a tutorial we would use just all powered rails, but here in survival I don't think I've got enough, so it's not a problem. But the important thing is that the activator rails go on the east side of this little thing here. So if we put those down, you'll see what I mean. You come across here, and when we come back over here, we can then put down our powered rails and it all sort of works. When you get up to these edges, you have to put a block like that so you can get the powered rail on an angle. Then you have to delete that, hopefully you don't lose it, and then put another block like that so the cart bounces off. This block is in the way, that has to go, well that's gone, that's got to go, and that's what we're going to do, and we will do the same thing over here. Now I'm going to need to replace some of these powered rails in a moment with regular rails, because as I said I don't think I've got enough. But that's okay, we'll work that out. Let's get rid of this guy and get rid of that. All right, and that's sort of how it works. I'm going to start to lay out these tracks and work out where I can put the regular rails. Back in a moment. Now I just realised that it's probably a wise idea to test to make sure that the cart does have enough momentum to get up and down. So that means that it's probably a good idea to put some levers on here, get this lit up, and basically make sure it's working. Now I'm just trying to work out where we can put this lever. I'm not going to be able to do the activator rail at the same time as the powered rail, I don't think. No, it's not going to happen. So we will do it like this, and there's another one up the top there. It's all right, levers are cheaper than gold rails, so this isn't going to be a problem. All right, let's get a cart and put it on there and just make sure it's all good. Okay. And slimes are a problem with these types of farms because when a slime, because it's hitbox, they get stuck in these okay, so we need another. We're going to need to move this lever over here. Where are we? Over here. No. Can we put it on there? Yep. Okay. So it sounds like it's doing its job. Backwards and forwards. Yep. Looks good. Okay, that's going to save us a few powered rails, and I'll do the same down the bottom here, and I think we should be good. So I'm going to get back to it and finish this, putting down all the rails. Boom! Okay, I'm back, and this is starting to look pretty good. We've got all the rails in, which was fairly tedious, but I've got them all in. I'm not going to put the carts on yet because that's just a lot of noise and there's no reason why we need it yet. This kind of farm basically drops the mobs down. So the next step will be to put a dropping chute under there that'll go down to the bottom, and down the bottom there will be a crusher. And also, for those that do know how the Wither sandwich works, this particular farm uses wolf-based technology. So I'm going to need to get some tamed wolves, and well, that's going to be fun because working with animals is always good, and they'll teleport off into the lava, and it'll all be it'll all be fun. So. What else do we need to do? We need to get some glass on top of here. That will assist in reducing the amount of magma cubes spawning, as well as stopping the blaze flying outside of the farm. So there's a little bit to do, but not that much. And I think we will get this done and it will be operational next week. I'm very much confident of that. So guys, that's pretty much it for this week. I've run out of time, and I still need to go and get some more materials. That's really boring stuff. Lots of glass, things like that. So I'm going to go and do that. I will see you back here next week. We will get this finished, and hopefully I'll also have a tutorial out for it. But anyhow, this has been Snowcrash. I'll catch you later. Cheers.